Annyeonghaseyo! Welcome to Afternoona Delight, where Leah, Megan, and Amy, romance novelists, and your K-romance guides. So grab some dekboki and listen to your new favorite unnies. Hello, it's Megan.
Hi there, it's Amy.
So, Mother's Day was just this past Sunday. Did you guys have a good Mother's Day? Do you do a whole lot for Mother's Day?
I worked on Mother's Day, actually, at the library, which I
See?
like. Like, that's my happy place.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have to worry about being a mom on Mother's Day, which I kind of like about Mother's Day. So, and my kids got me a bag of sour watermelons so that's all that matters. Yeah, they know what I like, and they get me what I like.
Mm-hmm.
That is very sweet. I normally celebrate Mother's Day every year by being left alone, which might be an irony to some. For those of you who know, though, but this year I said I want to take a rain check for Mother's Day because this weekend is going to be BTS. And I was like, I want you all to, I'm going to go away. And when I go away, like you all, like Poppy already had anxiety. Like she was on the couch today and she's like, I'm not ready for you to go away. I'm like, you're going to the BTS concert with me. She's like, one of them, but you're going to Las Vegas too. So like they start to get this, like, it's funny, like her and my daughter, like Bronte, they both get this like anxiety that I'm like going away and they're like, ugh. And so I was like, so yeah, none of that for me next weekend. Like you're going to do your own thing and figure it out. And I'm not going to get like panic texts and drama. Like that's going to be all on you. So then I just cleaned. And honestly, it was kind of nice because
That's nice.
I have felt quite chaotic lately. And I was reflecting on this to my husband today that like when I start to get so chaotic and like so overwhelmed and like everything just starts to feel like blah, I'm always like, I have to just be like, I need a win. Like, where's my win? I need one win. If I have one win, I can do another win. And so I cleaned out my closet, and that was a big
Ooh,
win.
That's a
Because
big
That's a
win.
massive win. My
Because my
closet's
closet
really
had turned into like frat boy life where it was like clean. I didn't have dirty things in there, but I was basically getting clean clothes and being like, I don't have time to clean them, but I don't want them on the kitchen table because that feels chaotic. I'm just going to throw them in my closet and deal with them later. And it got to where I would open my closet and just be like, there's this fucking pile of shit. And I was like, I just look like I am like, this is like, if I die, like I would always be like, if I die today, like I'm out driving and my neighbor has to come over or like my parents to be like, let's go through her belongings. And they open it up and they're like, girl, I don't want that for me. That's not what I want.
That is what they would say for me, for sure.
So now nobody is. People are going to be like, wow, you really like black and BTS is what they're going to say.
Not brown anymore?
I wish I had more brown clothing. I am like an 89% black closet. Although I did have a friend call me this weekend and she's like, I'm getting rid of the sweater. And I feel like you've told me before you like lesbian therapy style. And this feels like a lesbian therapist sweater. And she sent me a picture and it was like brown green, long ass sweater thing. And I was like, absolutely. I'm coming to get it right now.
So I'm going to preface this by saying, like, I reckon this is not a big problem. Like, this is a minor problem, and it makes me laugh more than anything. But, so I have 3 cats. I've owned cats forever. So most people in my life that are, like, close to me know that, like, I don't keep plants in the house.
Same.
Because I'm serious, like, 90% of, like, houseplants are toxic to cats. And when I say toxic, it doesn't mean it's going to kill them necessarily, but it'll make them sick. They'll
throw it up no matter what. Like,
they'll
whether
throw it
it's
up.
toxic. Yeah.
But do you want throw up all over your house? No.
No, I already have it.
Right. So like none of us want that. But my mother-in-law loves plants. And it's kind of most of the gifts that my mother-in-law gets me are always gifts that I know she likes. Like she sees something and she's like, I love that. I'm going to give it to my daughter-in-law. And it's, again, it's the thought, even though the thought's a little sideways, it's the thought that counts. It's fine. I don't really care. But one thing I've told her repeatedly is please stop buying me plants. Because I will kill them or because I can't really keep them in the house. So then they're like outside. A lot of these plants aren't meant to be outside. It's just a disaster. Oh, she really like had stopped doing that. Okay. And then on Mother's Day, my husband goes out to lunch with her and he comes back and there's a little gift for me, which is very nice. Again, it's not the end of the world. I open up the gift and of course it's a fucking plant. It's a fucking plant. And immediately I Google it. And of course it's toxic to cats. Like, of course it is, because again, most houseplants are. And I'm like cracking up because it's like, good Lord, why?
The one thing I don't want.
I don't need a gift ever. I don't like, she doesn't even have to get me a card. I don't care. Text me Happy Mother's Day, or you don't even have to do that. I don't care. I never like require a gift from her. I'm normally like, please stop buying me things. Like, just stop buying me things. So I'm not going to get into it. It's like, it's Mother's Day. So I just text her back and I say, thank you for the gift. And like, happy Mother's Day. I hope you had like a nice lunch. And the best part is that she wrote back and said, I know I promise no more live plants, but I can replace it with a fake one if you want. It's just like, what is the fucking point? What are we doing? What are we doing? I just love that she...
I think that's the baffling part of the whole thing is like, okay, like forgetting is like real. Like,
she didn't forget.
Right.
She bought it knowing I said, please stop buying me plants. It's truly the funniest thing. So I was like telling Amy and Leah about it, and I was like, and second of all, like, I'm terrible at keeping plants alive. Like, I know that there are plenty of people. I have friends who are totally plant ladies, and I love that for them. I think it's a really cool hobby. I do. I actually really love going into people's houses that have tons of plants. I love it. I love hearing them talk about their plants. Really, I think it's cool. It's just not for me in my own home. And I had a succulent that I watered for a year until one day my daughter was like, Mom, did you just water that plant? And I was like, yeah, I mean, it's just small. So I just put in like just a tiny little bit. And my daughter's like, Mom, it's plastic. That's a fake
laughing
plant.
about this yesterday so much. I was thinking about you just watering this plastic plant for a year.
A year. I had this plant on a shelf that I would just, because it's a succulent, like a tiny succulent, so I could put it on a shelf. I could handle a succulent. Okay, because you can, again, because my cats can't reach it. It's and also succulents are like pretty low effort. But I watered this thing for a solid year until my daughter was like, this is plastic. And I like then dug my fingernail into it and I was like, well, shit. Yeah, that's a plastic succulent.
Amazing.
Where did you get it?
I think someone gave it. My mother-in-law might have given it to me. My mother-in-law might probably.
So she was following the rules.
She followed the rule then. Yeah. I don't know, dude. I don't know. It's just so funny. It's just when she said, I know I promise no live plants, I burst out laughing. I did. I just was like, God love you.
No.
Because here's the thing is, like, I would, because my cat doesn't eat plants, like I said, like yesterday, so I've started jogging. So follow up from Cocodono 250, I have begun jogging for this race I'm going to do this summer. And I'm saying race loosely. I'm going to plod slowly. And I'm not saying that with modesty. Like, that is the plan. And so I've been running a mile every other night. And I'm like, I could do this. I was like, now I have just like, I could plot at the speed for 109 more miles. That is the audacity I have. But anyway, so I'm plodding along. I mean, I'm doing like 15 minutes, like my sisters are like, I did a slow run, 10-minute mile. I was like, if I ever do that, I'm never going to shut up about it. Like, I'm doing like, you could walk next to me. Right. Comfortably.
Right. That's how slow I jog too.
Yeah. I'm like doing like, probably pushing like 14, 15 miles or something. And I look over and there's my fuck ass cat, like down, like maybe 4 blocks away.
Oh my God.
And I was like, at first, like, is that my cat? Because there's an orange cat, but he's got like half of his ear clipped. And I was like, it doesn't look like his ear's clipped. Is it my cat? And I'm like, it really looks like, I think it's my cat. And I get close, there's his little ear. And I'm like, hey, baby. He just looks at me and fucking runs away. He's just like, I'm out. Peace out, bitch. Like, jumps in a bush. I was like,
I got shit to do.
Yeah. So anyway, he's out thriving in the world. He doesn't come home and eat plants. I just have a story that I tell myself that I want to live in a home with plants. Like, I like that I like that vision of me.
Me too.
Like, I want a Swedish-style house that's, like, minimalistic to the max. All wood, all brown, except for big windows looking out into, like, greenery, and then I just want, like, big monstera, kinda like those, like, Hawaiian plants on steroids around, just feeling, like, really oxygenated. Like, there's something in me that, like, my Virgo-ness, like, I'm like, "That sounds lovely."
You want
I
like an
also don't.
IKEA
I've got, like,
house.
3 dying plants above my sink.
Yeah, you want like IKEA. That's IKEA basically. Where it's like all like minimalist, a lot of wood tones,
Beige.
big
I want to live in a
windows.
beige
Yeah,
kingdom that's going to soothe my soul with my brown wardrobe. That
that's
is my
IKEA.
dream. When I
And
hit that point,
I don't even want the plants. Like I don't have plants. I don't want plants. I killed an actual succulent. Like not a
that is
plastic
funny too,
one. Like
that
I
you
killed
killed
an
a succulent.
actual
The succulent was
succulent.
like, "I'm fucking out."
It is
Yeah,
hard to kill an actual succulent.
It
I
is
did
because
it.
I've forgotten to water them before for, like, 7 months, and they're still
Yeah,
alive.
yeah.
I did it. I did. I'm proud. I did it.
I mean, we're a mess. I know.
I did the
So
impossible.
I just, it just made me laugh really hard. And I told you guys, I was like, but I mean, my mother in law's like classic for just buying me just whatever she, whatever she thinks. I remember, well, one time she bought me earrings. This was like a few years ago. She bought me earrings,
And you don't wear
and
earrings.
they were definitely her style too. So they were like dangly and like very like kind of like countryish. You know what I mean? Like
Uh-huh.
I honestly think it was like I
I
think they
can't
were
picture you.
cats.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
can't picture.
I said thank you, and I think my sister-in-law was like, but Megan doesn't wear earrings, and my mother-in-law is like, wait, really? And I was like, I mean,
No.
I haven't worn earrings for over a decade. I think my holes are closed, and she was like, oh my god. And it was just like, anyway, she
Okay, so
means well.
I have a question
Yeah,
that I think is a segue.
yeah.
Does the act of people getting you something you don't want, that you have voiced that you don't want, does that give you the ick?
I mean, if I have verbally voiced, please don't buy me this, and you buy me this, yes, it gives me the
Yeah, because I don't fake it. Like, I don't tell people, like, "No, don't get me X," meaning get me X.
correct.
Right,
Same.
right.
Same. I don't, because if I really want something, I'm like, yeah, next time get me like that. Like I want a cookie. Go get me like a cookie from this place or something. I
Yeah.
will say what I want. I will. I'll be direct. I'll be like, if you want to get me a gift, get me this.
Yes. And I get the ick when that doesn't happen.
If
That's
I
what
say
wish lists are
if I
for.
say I
Just
want a
make a wish
freaking chocolate
list.
cake, then get me a chocolate cake.
Right. So that brings us to our topic for today, which is stuff that gives us the ick in real life, but when it happens in a K-drama, we love it.
Mm-hmm. 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 I love this one. We've been talking about this. We've been talking about doing this podcast
We've
for a
been
while.
teasing it, yeah.
I know, and we kept putting it off because like something else would come out that we thought was like more timely. So we're really excited about this one. But I think the first thing I think we each have like 3 icks that we're going to talk about, and then we're also going to tell you what the Patreon has because the Patreon honestly came through and they have some really
Great
good
ones.
icks.
Yeah.
They have some really good
I think
icks.
I did my homework wrong, so I might need to, like, reflect a little quietly because I actually gave what gives me the ick, not what gives me the ick in real life, but not in K-drama. I was like, what gives me the ick in K-drama?
Just
Okay,
that's fine.
it's okay.
That's fine.
I think some of like the Patreon too, they were just like, this just straight up gives me the ick. Is it okay if I go first?
Go ahead.
So the first one that I'm going to talk about that I don't necessarily mind in K-dramas a lot. Like sometimes I actually kind of like it because it's very dramatic. It's fun to watch, but gives me a major ick in real life. And that's public grand gestures. I think I've talked about this in the podcast before, but it's been a while. So I had a boyfriend in high school that would always do these grand gestures. And even like in my 17-year-old brain, I got the ick from it because it always felt so performative and it felt like because he never did those things when it was just the two of us, ever. So the fact that like these grand gestures to like do something nice for me were only done when there was like an audience. I feel like it like altered something in my brain and is a reason like I still don't like it today. And I'm going to give an example of something he did, which in a K-drama, this sounds pretty cool. I'd watch this in a K-drama. But when he did it, I got the ick and I was embarrassed. So in high school, we took a school trip on like a coach bus. They like rented a coach bus and we went to New York City and we watched Les Mis on Broadway. And we left Les Mis and by then it was night. So like, 'cause a lot of times from where I live, you can take like a day trip to New York on a bus. That was like a really common thing that people still do. So it was night by this time. And so again, it's a bunch of high schoolers and like the chaperones, and we're all sitting in our seat and everyone's like, I'm just going to say his name is, I'm just going to say K. Everyone's like, where's K? Where's K? He's not back on the bus. And of course he's my boyfriend. And I'm like, I don't know where he is. But everyone's seated. He's the only one who isn't on the bus yet. And then he comes up the stairs on this coach bus and he's holding a bouquet of flowers.
God.
And he walks down the center aisle. And of course, everyone immediately is like looking at me, looking at him, because they know why they know we're together. They know whatever. And all the like girls are swooning. And at the time, I remember being like jealous and being like, ooh, like, and of course now I'm like, of course they were. Because like to them, that looked super romantic because they didn't know like our relationship dynamic. But anyway, so he makes this grand gesture and he hands me the bouquet of flowers. And to this day, like I'm still traumatized. I know it sounds crazy.
Maybe that's why you hate plants.
Maybe it's why I hate plants. But I remember at the time, I remember feeling like ick because again, he never would have given me flowers. Or he never would have done it if there wasn't an audience. And he especially liked an audience if they were like girls of his peers. And it was like a major red flag to me. And so to this day, I still I do not like public grand gestures. I dated Neil like after that, and he's like the anti-public grand gesture. So I literally went in like the opposite direction. But I was thinking like of in Fight for My Way. So I'm going to give a spoiler for the end of Fight for My Way, which if you haven't seen Fight for My Way, what are you doing? Okay, so I'm going to talk about it now. But in Fight for My Way, Park Seo-joon is like an MMA fighter, and his girlfriend, it's a friends to lovers romance. Kim Ji-won's character, she can't stand the like violence of the MMA fighting, especially because earlier in the drama, he had gotten hit so hard in the head that he like went temporarily blind. Okay, so she cannot handle the violence, but she is there as a reporter because that's kind of like what she wants to do. She's an announcer at the fight. But when he's fighting, he doesn't think she's there to watch, like because they're like still broken up at this point because he's fighting, and she kind of set down an ultimatum like, if you fight, we're over because I can't handle it. But he fights and he realizes that in the audience, she's there. She's there in the audience. She's wearing a hat, so she's kind of disguised, and she's sitting with her head down and her like hands over her ears. And the fight's over. He won. He's looking ripped and sweaty and amazing. And he leaves the ring, and of course everyone's looking at him, and he walks up the stairs and he bends down in front of her and like so he's drawing like all this attention to her, and he like says something like, I love you. I don't remember like what he actually does in that moment, but it's definitely like a public claiming kind of. And it's not like as performative as like bringing flowers on a bus, but it still feels a little bit like it. Like, cause obviously that would like make his public image look good. But in that drama, I loved that scene. Like it didn't give me the ick. In the drama, I was like, oh God, look, he's like, I liked it. So it's like, it's just in real life, any sort of like that grand public claiming sort of, I dislike, but yet in K-dramas, it can really work for me.
It's a good one.
It is good because remember, I also showed you guys that video the other day of like the mom crossing the finish line of like a ultra marathon, and at the end of the dad's there like videotaping it, and it feels just kind of like it's like this whole thing of like, yes, I'm gonna videotape it, and meanwhile she has to stop running to like deal with all the like, yeah,
deal with the kids.
I saw a video before where the dad is like the woman is like clearly trying to like place in this race, and he lets the kids run onto like the track with her and doesn't hold them back. And he's just like standing there, and I'm like, what are you doing, buddy?
That's an ick.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's an ick.
Or the worst is when some woman has a gigantic achievement and the man makes that moment the moment he proposes.
Oof.
The amount of people I've seen get proposed to at BTS fan meetings.
Yeah. Sends me
Can
through
you
the roof.
imagine? I'd be like,
That's so wild.
get them. Like,
Yes.
here I am about to like get to see J-Hope with my own eyeballs, and I got this dude on one. Like, I'd be like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
No.
The public proposals send me into orbit, especially if it's any sort of event around something the woman accomplishes.
Mhm.
Or like I think I saw one where a woman got her doctorate and then he proposed. What are you doing? No.
That's her time to shine.
That's her time. That's her time. Do not get down on your one knee, you weirdo. Anyway, so that's where.
Okay.
But in a K-drama, I'd be like, sure.
Yeah. All right, I have an ick.
Yeah.
And it's weird because I don't even want it in a book, but I seem to be okay with it in a K-drama. And that's a non-consensual kiss.
Oh.
And I won't even say it's really non-consensual, the ones that I like, because I'm going to give an example. But we being like children of the 80s and 90s, that used to be like just totally commonplace.
Mm-hmm.
The man just doing what he wanted. And it was normal. I never thought anything of it. There was no talk of consent when I was a teenager. It's wild. It
is wild. Like this.
And K-dramas, like, by and large, are very tame to begin with. Like, when there is like a big kiss, I'm like all here for it, and I'm so excited. But when something happens that is a little less than consent, in real life, I would not like it. But in a K-drama, I do. And here's an example. And I don't even know if you would consider this non-con because there's no objecting. But okay, or dub-con, dubious consent. So I'm gonna spoil the first kiss in The Perfect Crown. Sorry, Megan.
No, it's okay. Go ahead.
There yet.
No, it's fine.
It's not like monumental, but it was an interesting setup where I was like totally thinking about the Ick episode when we were watching this. So they are on a yacht. Byeon-woo-seok as Prince
one does.
Yeon, as one does, and IU as Sung Hee-ju. They're on a yacht and they're spending a night away from the palace. They're not married or anything at this point. If you don't know, like, the conceit of The Perfect Crown, he is the heir spare. He's the prince, the crown prince, and she is a chaebol, an illegitimate chaebol daughter, and she wants to marry into royalty to basically like up her status. And at this point, they have like this deal. They're going to be engaged, but they're just hanging out together, and it's like you can tell that there are feelings being caught. So they're on this yacht, and she wants him to spend away from like his palace duties, and like she's like, for one night, do what you want, like just for one night, because he never does. He just always does what's expected of him. So she's like, for one night, do what you want. So there's a scene where they're on the yacht, and she is Hee-ju is 100% doing Rose from Titanic, like standing with her arms out. And he's got like his arm around her, kind of holding her. And, he's kind of like, hey, I thought this was supposed to be my night. Like, it's my turn. And kind of pulls her back so that he can get a turn like up on the bow. And of course, they take a little tumble onto this like little bed that's on like the bow of the boat, like a little pillowed area. Right. And so it's the fall into you, like, kind of thing. And he's just leaning over her. And at this point, like, they do not have a romantic relationship. It's all for show. It's all for cameras. It's all publicity. And he's just like leaning over her. And she's like, what are you doing? Because he doesn't let her go. He's like holding her. And she's just staring up at him like, what are you doing, bro? And he looks at her and he said, you said to do what I want. Right? And she doesn't say anything. And then he just kisses her.
That's a great scene. I like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's awesome.
Yeah.
In real life, real life, if you had done that and I didn't give you permission, I'd be like, bro.
Or at least a heads up.
Yeah. So I loved it. I loved it.
I love that too.
I love
that in K-dramas.
This is also in my head. I'm like, how bad is my twisting of consent in my head, because in my head I'm like, well, she wants it.
Well, see but that's the part of
You know?
romance and why that's part of romance and why sometimes like we can accept dubious consent or whatever in romance is because like we as viewers are consenting to this relationship. Like we know
Right.
this relationship is endgame, and as viewers we're
Yes.
consenting
Yes, we
to
know that they are.
watching this.
Yes,
Yeah.
we know they're gonna end up together. We know that they do have you see that they are starting to, like, catch feelings for each other, but not admit it. But still, yeah. So, yeah, IRL, don't just say you're gonna do what you want and then kiss me. But if you're Bjorn Wusuck as the giant elf king,
Hmm.
absolutely.
Okay, I have now had enough time to reflect that I can do the homework appropriately as we talk. I was able to come up with one
You're
on
able
the
to
fly.
rally.
Yeah. So, okay. So mine is showing up uninvited to my home.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh,
So
yeah.
there is
God, that's a big
there
That's
are
a
few
great
things
one.
I like less in this world than a popover. Like, I can't explain to you the amount of, like I, like, have known people who, like, made that a common thing, and I will say, like, we're no longer friendly because I was like, in my mind, I'm like, "If you're gonna do this a lot, I'm going to not be able to, like, do it."
Nope. Nope.
And, that's also challenging because I'm married to somebody who is a huge popper-overer. Nick loves to pop around.
Nick.
Like,
Oh,
he loves
Nick.
it. He thinks it's the best thing, and I'm like, I would rather eat a foot than pop over at someone's house, like, especially without, like, a courtesy like, "Hey, I'm in the neighborhood. What are you doing?" Like,
No,
that's
I would
fine.
never. I would
Well,
never.
I would do, like, a text like,
No,
"Hey."
but I would never yeah, text, but I would never just show up.
No. No.
No. And if
Um,
you just showed up at my house, I would hide and not
Yeah.
answer the door.
Yeah. I'm under my couch.
the only times I've done it that I have done it that I think are reasonable are, like, my neighbor left his ladder out one night, and I, like, went up to his door to knock on his door to say, "Hey, you left your ladder out."
That
That's not
doesn't count.
sleeping around, that's a
That's not a
help.
popover.
That doesn't
That's
count.
a
And
courtesy
I've
call.
gone to, like, my other neighbor's house to be like, "Here, I brought you, like, something, like a shirt or a thing." But that's not, like I'm not, like, co and then now I'm gonna come in and, like,
Yeah.
beat it.
Nope.
So, I yeah, I dislike it intensely. And I just finished Yumi Cells, which I loved Yumi Cells so much.
Yay.
And all these cute scenes happen when the male lead, Shin Suruk, just pops over. He's just
Oh,
popping over. And he like, the other thing that I love about the fakeness in Yumi Cells is my favorite. And I mean, maybe this happens in Korea, and if so, I wish I lived this life. Yumi has become a famous writer. She now has, like, an apartment that's just for writing assistant, like, this gorgeous space, like, it's not her house. 'Cause at first I was like, "Is this her house?" I was like, "No." So she's just got this, like, gorgeous spread pad with, like, Namsen Tower in the distance. It's all wood. It's like, my Scandinavian style dream. And that's just where she comes to write with her assistant. And then she must write for a show because there's, like, a PD, so he's, like, a PD for the show. And so he'll come to write work too. So they'll all show up. So there is times that he's coming for work. But then as, like, feelings or, like, as emotions heighten and things, there's, like, that too, like, he's just showing up to be like, "Guh, guh." Honestly, I don't even wanna my husband once showed up as a grand gesture, and it was, like, 3 in the morning, and I was, like, in bed, and I, like, woke up to him in my room being like, "Guh, my feelings," and I was like, "Whoa," I'm like, 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 I don't know, like, I could it's just not let
No.
me drive my own yeah. And so, yes, that is an example of something where, like, yeah, I never want somebody to pop over. It does not feel friendly. But yet I have watched so many sitcoms over the years where the conceit is the neighbors are like, they're always just walking in each other's house. Any sitcom from, like, our childhood,
just
everyone's just
coming right in.
walking in the front door. Can you imagine? If somebody walked in my front door, I'd fucking kick them in the face.
Yeah. And in K-dramas, it works for me too because it's always a perfectly timed popover. It's always like the heroine is like either something happened emotionally and they need support, or I don't know, like they did something, like there's a a pipe burst and they need someone to like there's always like a really good like plot reason that the hero can be heroic or something like that. So it works for me, but like in real life, absolutely not.
And it's like,
So
why
that's a
didn't
good
you
one.
text? Why didn't you just send a text to say, "Hey, is this a good time for you?"
Yeah, I'm putting it out there right now so everybody knows. Not I don't like any sort of surprise. Like, never surprise me. Don't pop over. Don't throw me a surprise party. Like, none of that.
Good to know.
Yeah.
Got it. I guess I'll cancel that party I was gonna throw for you.
That
What
random surprise
I
party.
wanna know the monster that wants a surprise party.
I used to want a
Seriously.
surprise party, but not anymore. Part of me thinks that the surprise why some people like surprise parties is because it might be the one time they don't have to plan it themselves. So all it is it's the one time I didn't have to do the labor for this. So it's not
I don't
really
want
the
a party.
surprise.
I don't want a party
Well, I
at
don't really
all.
want a party either, but
Yeah,
agreed.
I don't want a party.
Just
I'm
let
a
me
party
sit on my
pooper.
couch, man.
Yeah. That's all I want.
Yeah.
Just all I want is to be left alone.
Leave me alone.
I think I could
Oh
do
my
I
God.
could do a yeah, anyway. Yes, so without yeah, let's move it to the Patreon and call out a couple Patreons, and we can
Okay,
discuss.
there. So I gotta do one that like made me laugh today as soon as I like logged in to see what people are saying, because this is the drama that I'm watching right now. Right, going back to Perfect Crown, which I just realized today. I thought I was like catching up to a drama that was already done, and no, there's still 2 more episodes to drop. So I'm caught up as of when this episode is being recorded. When it airs, Perfect Crown will be done. But anyway. So Perfect Crown is a marriage of convenience. It's like a marriage contract. And so Stuart in our Patreon wrote, so we're like, tell us an ick in real life, but something that you accept in a K-drama. And he wrote, getting fake married for any reason. It would just be so weird. I'll maybe throw in forced cohabitation too. There's always a better option, family or friends at least.
It's true. Why do we accept marriage of convenience as like reasonable? We've been like gaslit to accept this as a reasonable
And I
plot
love it. I
love
love
it
it.
too.
The amount of marriage of convenience things that I watch, or like
Same.
just relationship of convenience, like
But in
I
real life,
love it.
insane.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite all-time like reading, watching, anything. I love it.
But in real life, unless it's like for like insurance reasons, which is illegal, but still insurance reasons, or like green card reasons, which is like how it used to be portrayed in like movies in the early aughts.
Mhm.
I don't like. Yeah, no. Their marriage of convenience. No, no.
Yeah. I like the first comment from Sue that just said, "Do not watch me sleep." That's so true.
Yeah, let's get into that because I think that takes its roots back. I mean, there's a long legacy of romantic sleep watching in shows, but I think most famous from Twilight.
Edward Cullen. Mm-hmm.
And yeah, let's talk about what
Here's the thing. Do you want to know how many times I've written this in books where the line like he or she looks younger in their sleep, less tense?
Yeah.
I've
Same.
written that
Same.
I've written that in maybe 10, 12 books. Like the same scenario where how they look different in their sleep.
Oh, yeah.
And I'll never stop. I'll never stop.
Same.
I'll write it in 10 more.
Because you're more vulnerable when you sleep. Like there's so much. But I in my book that's coming out this summer where my hero's a ghost, he doesn't sleep because he's a ghost. I mean, some ghosts do sleep because I'm writing another book right now with a ghost that does sleep. So you never know.
You never know.
But like in this book, he doesn't sleep. The ghost doesn't sleep. And so she jokes and like, you're not gonna like go all Edward Cullen on me and watch me sleep, are you? Like you need to find something to do while I'm sleeping.
Find
Like
a
I
hobby.
acknowledge the Edward Cullen-ness of it. But like when I read Twilight, did I think it was creepy? Nope.
No, it
I
sounds
was like, he's a
awesome.
vampire and he's watching over her.
yeah, one of my automatic like if you were to tell me like what is one of the most romantic K-drama moments ever, and we've talked about it many, many times on the podcast. Well, 2 actually. One is I'm going to go with the one I was going to say, and then I'm going to go with my backup. Both problematic in different reasons. First is Coffee Prince at the beach. The
Oh,
sleep
yeah.
at the beach. I
Yeah.
mean, just staring
It's
away,
great.
just like, going through all his feels. He's falling
One of the
apart.
best scenes in K-drama history.
One of the best scenes. Secondly, Healer just fucking ninja bombing around the top of her bedroom while she sleeps.
Oh my God,
Oh my God,
yes.
you're right, dude.
In real life,
He's
that is
fucking Spider-Man on her bedroom ceiling.
Yeah.
You are unable to talk or relate to this person. You've created fake personas to talk to her. Yet I'm going to say it's hot that you like ninja on her ceiling. And I
Right.
still stand by it. Like, I still
Yeah.
think that's
Yeah.
cute and romantic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
cute and romantic because it's Ji Chang-wook doing it.
Yeah, but
Right?
if
Like,
Ji-Chang
it's
in real life, we found out he did that, we'd be like,
right. Feel like, bro,
like if he got arrested and somebody was like, Ji-Chang was
he
in
was
my
on my
bedroom,
ceiling.
on my ceiling watching me sleep, I'd be like, well, I guess we're canceling him.
That should have been like the title of this episode. Be like romantic in a K-drama canceled in real life.
Yes, that's perfect. I like this one from Heather CK because I agree. Wiping food from the corner of your love interest's mouth. Love it in a drama. In real life, just hand them a napkin. Like, yes, do not touch my face.
Unprompted. Yeah.
That's weird.
And it gives me this like mommy kink vibe that I'm not into, to like the idea of me like going to like clean Nick's face. Like, I'm like, I just feel like at that point, it feels like you're like my nursing home daddy. Like, it doesn't feel sexy. It feels
But
like
also, if you are sitting across from your partner and you're eating and they have food on their face, do you think it's cute or are you grossed out? Like,
No, I'm grossed out. I'm like, wipe
I'm
your
grossed
face.
out. Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Did I ever tell you guys this story? So, when my kids were in elementary school, their elementary school would hold this spring fair, or like, I don't remember what it was, something like that, like a carnival day, and they would have like food trucks in like the parking lot area, and there'd be like carnival games, okay? And I'm never gonna turn down a funnel cake with powdered sugar ever, okay?
I already love where this is going.
So I get a funnel cake with powdered sugar because of fucking course. I'm sorry, I can't. Okay, so I'm eating.
I'm crying because I'm picturing it.
So I'm with. I'm sorry, I can't. Okay, so I'm with Neil and both my kids, because I think at the time they're both in elementary school. Okay, and I see the principal, and so we're talking. Like, the principal comes over and she's like, "Hi," and I'm like, "Hey," and I'm like holding my plate of funnel cake, and I'm talking. And then she's like, "All right, well, have a nice time," and she walks away. and Neil looks at me and he goes, "I'm sorry, but you have powdered sugar all over your face and all over the front of your shirt."
you just look like you had like full Scarface, like Coke pile.
Sobbing.
And I go, "Are you like?" He like shows me in my funnel. It's just powdered sugar. I go, "Why didn't you tell me?" And he goes, "Because I couldn't. Like, by the time she walked over, you were already covered in it." And he's like, "I didn't want to draw more attention to it." And I was like, "Me," and we still bring it up all the time. And now every time I get a funnel cake, which is still a lot, okay, I think about the time I met their principal, just fucking covered in sugar. So I don't, I mean, but what if he would have like just wiped my face with the napkin while I'm talking to her? That would have been even worse.
Even if the principal wasn't there and he just started wiping
My face in public. Like, I get it. He
was probably, get the fuck off me.
He was probably vibrating next to me the whole time. Like, what do I do? She's covered in powdered sugar. Anyway,
Bless her heart is what they thought. Bless her heart.
I know. Oh.
Okay. Getting back to it, because there's another one that a patron wrote that I was like, yes, absolutely. This is Dina. Grabbing the wrist to stop a person you love from walking away.
Right.
Love it on screen. Would absolutely elbow the person in the face if done to me in real life.
I
Like,
would
if you
hate
just
that.
forcefully, and I've written it. I've written the wrist grab. Like, but like in real life, if you grabbed me, yeah, I'm gonna react violently.
Yeah. I really like this one by Elizabeth. So she said, well, first she says possessive and or jealous behavior and stalker light stuff, like following someone to keep them safe. And then this one, also messy drunks. In a K-drama, it's cute and funny. In real life, I'm out and you can call an Uber. I think about this all the time when I watch K-dramas. In a K-drama, we talk about how much we love the drunken love confession. Like, we
Yeah.
really do. And I love it in K-dramas. In real life, I'm with her. In real life, I'm like, this is gross. Stop, call an Uber. Like, I don't, you know what I mean? It's not
Right.
cute. It's not that cute and funny in real life.
No, it's yeah, it's actually like when I'm around, and I'm very rarely am around like buffoonish drunk people, like where it's like cartoonish. Next to coming to my house unannounced, it's probably
Yes.
my least favorite thing in the world.
Yeah, I agree.
Because like it's not like I'm like this like if I'm ever like intoxicated, which again isn't common, it's not my usual, but like it happens
Huge.
sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm not I mean, I can be silly, but I'm not like and some people it's just like messy. Like
And in
they yeah.
K-dramas, they often are super messy.
Let me tell you, and it's just like
Yeah.
well, like all that shit. I'm like
Yeah.
out, hard out.
Yeah,
No,
hard out.
like I will never ever give you the cookie
Mhm.
after seeing you like that.
Mhm.
My cookie is gone.
Mhm.
Although I have given the cookie to my husband. My husband's not very rare, is rarely like that. But we're going to have our 20th wedding anniversary this weekend. And at our
Congrats.
engagement party, I do remember I went to bed at the engagement party. So our engagement party was in Australia and we were going to go back to the US and we knew we'd probably get married in the US. So it was kind of like a wedding, essentially. And his friends all went hard in on it. And he's little, like he is little Nick and he is a little guy.
Mhm.
And so I remember at one point being in bed, like in this cottage on in his parents' property that they used to have. And I'm in bed. I wake up and I see Nick just going by the window like a dead beetle. So he's like on his back, like, ah, and they're carrying him like, like, and he just
Oh my
goes
god.
by. And then
Oh
he comes back again and they've been playing croquet at some point in the day, and they're just throwing croquet balls at him as hard as they can
Oh my
because that's
God.
what apparently you do when you're a drunk 20-something Australian. And I just remember being like, if a ball hits him in the head, he's gonna like maybe die. And I had to go out and be like the like Nana that was like, "Excuse me," and they were all like, "Ugh," and I was like, "None of this is good. Like none of this is a thing." And like you can't throw croquet balls at people unironic, like just throwing it like it's water balloons.
yeah, those things are hard, aren't they?
Yes,
Yeah.
they're like
I
stones.
don't know much about croquet, but yeah,
You
you're
don't play see, I used to actually, I should get a fucking croquet set for my backyard. I've been trying to figure out what to do in my backyard. I do fuck with croquet.
there you
Neither of you?
go. No,
You feel like you would
No.
be a croquet player. May Amy, no, you, yes.
Amy, no. I mean, I would try it. I would try it.
Do you know where they play croquet is in the movie Heathers? Classic from the 80s. You ever seen it, Leah?
Yeah, get a
All
set.
right, well let's get in on the icks.
Yeah.
Cuz there's some more good ones. And they're making me laugh.
Mhm.
This is from Emily. Kissing while sick. Even in dramas, this might be my least favorite trope. Bad enough when they're supposed to be injured, full on ick, when it's a snotty virus situation. Look, I have written like the sick hero. And like we've talked about it before, I love the wounded hero. But I will, even when I'm writing it, I will tiptoe around there being any kissing while somebody is actively sick. Because that does give me the ick. So
Yeah,
I am with you there.
I actually wrote that down as one of mine is like the sick cuddle. Cuz I feel so and like a good example is Healer. Okay?
Yes.
So again, I'm going to do a little spoiler for Healer, but there's a point where she finds Healer's lair. He has been in bed for days with heartache basically, but he's still been in bed for days and he's pretty sick. And she just yeah, marinating in his juices in his white bed. And she gets in bed with him and they have like a major cuddle session and the deflowering. Like full on in this sick bed.
No.
No.
Or wash the sheets.
And this happens like a lot where like one character is sick and the other character is just around them or like
Yeah.
laying with them. And I'm like, A, if my spouse is sick, I'm as far away from them as possible. B, if I'm sick, trust me, he is on the other side of the house, and I don't want him anywhere near me.
Right.
When I am
Right.
sick, the last thing I want is someone in my space because I'm feel like shit. So it always but I don't mind it in a K-drama. Like,
No.
excuse me, the healer cuddle is the most romantic thing in K-dramas.
And I like when the other person goes to the pharmacy to like get them what they need
it.
and brings them medicine and
Yep.
brings them porridge. I was thinking another one that we watched more recently, where this happens too, even like the deflowering, I believe, is My Dearest Nemesis, where he's like so sick that
My
he
God,
can't
you're right.
stand it. He can't stand at one point, and then all
You're
of a sudden they're like banging it out.
You're right. It's like, what happened? I forgot about that. You're right. He's like passing out. Doesn't he like pass out in the hallway?
In the hallway.
Oh
Yeah.
my God, you're
Universe
right.
also has a like that was one I watched earlier in this year, and that one also has like they get like romance happens through like during fever.
Which one?
Our Universe.
Oh, okay.
I'm just trying to shout out someone getting some store credit for ones that I've thrown out that I've watched that we haven't talked about.
Yeah.
I wanted to say Laura's because it made me laugh.
Okay, go ahead.
I would be embarrassed if someone had to carry me to the hospital on their back, but I am delighted to see it in a K-drama.
Look, I don't actually think there's much more humiliating than like getting a piggyback, like being the one on the piggyback. Like I don't,
I
like
put
your
it in a
ass
book.
is kind of out.
I put it in a book after getting
In
into
K-dramas,
K-dramas.
it's
I have
like
it in a book.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah. But in real life, no. I don't want to do
No,
that.
I do know. I would be mortified if somebody had to
Same.
put me on their back.
Same. Mortified.
Does somebody else have a real life one they want to share?
Yeah, Leah, do you have another one?
Yeah, I'm going to say one that I think is really charming in real life that I do not think would do it for me. And this is a generic one because it happens in so many dramas. So I'm not going to point to a specific one. Eating ramen. Like, I don't watch, like, in real life, when I watch people, like, slurping down ramen, I'm never horny for it. Ever.
I see. Yeah.
And it's always like, tasty, I'm going to have this ramen. And, like, it's like, and it's like, you know, just like getting into that ramen. And I'm like, eat it. Like, I like me some ramen. I'm just saying, if you were going to watch me sit down and, like, fuck with some bulldog out of, like, the, like, little cardboard container or whatever, I'm going to imagine that I'm going to look like Megan with the funnel cake. Like, I'm going to get, like, red sauce on my face.
Mhm.
It's just not going to be like, my breath is going to taste like ramen. I'm going to be salty. I'm not going to be moist. I'm going to be very
Ew.
sodiumed. And so, but when I watch it in K-dramas, I always think it looks cute and it always looks delicious.
I think it looks hot, especially when they're full, like a man is like full man spreading on a couch and he's got the pot. Okay, it has to be the pot that he cooked the ramen in on a coffee table in front of him, and he's using the lid. Like full
I was just going to
Korean.
say using the lid. Yeah.
But in real life, again, that would not do it. In real life, I'd be like,
No.
you do that on that's your special alone time.
Right. But in K-dramas, it actually is like super hot to me.
Yeah. Manspreading in general is super hot to me to see in K-drama and also gives me the ick in real life.
Same.
And with BTS, because no one really BTS, like nobody BTSs, BTS manspreads like mother. Like they are like, it's like the split sometimes. And I'm always like, it's so cute. Look at them manspreading. And like, if they were like, yeah, if I knew them in real life, I'd be like, what are we doing? Close those legs.
So I know we've talked about this one before, but like I was really thinking about it in real life, like how I would react. Love it or hate it, the fisheye kiss in a K-drama, like I see it has its place. But if I kiss somebody in real life and they're just staring with their eyes open at me while I'm kissing them, with zero mouth movement and just like a dead fish staring up at me, absolutely not. I said in dramas, I feel like it has its place sometimes. No, I would be fine if I never saw it again. But I don't hate it in dramas.
Yeah, it's just like, and then they separate and they both act like there was this like great connection because their like lips touched. And I'm just like, I'm not feeling it
I
from
just
like this weird fisheye kiss, you know?
yeah, I don't like, I wonder what that was born from. You know, like a surprise, like being surprised that somebody is kissing you. Great. But like that has become like a total trope. I guess I'm desensitized to it in K-dramas, but like in real life, I think it would be like the ickiest ick.
Yeah. A big one for me that I actually love in K-dramas, absolutely love it, is the hair petting,
Mm-hmm.
kind of like like a hair pet,
Mm-hmm.
like on the crown of the head.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. There's something about it that kind of like gets me and make it like I feel the chemistry. Real life, absolutely not. Oh my God. Like an absolute not.
Be swatting that hand away, like,
Yeah, I think part
what are
of
you
it
doing?
is I'm very short, so that would make me feel like infantile, and I don't
Mm-hmm.
like it. Whereas in K-dramas, it comes across as like caring, especially when it's like coupled with like you did so well. You did so well. Like that like reassurance like pet. I'm just like, "Oh God, I love it. I love." But in real life, absolutely not.
You know what? I think I like it in real life. I
I'm
don't
glad.
get it. I don't get it, and so I'm just hypothesizing I would like it. I
Yeah, I
have
don't know. I've never
I
experienced
think
it.
because
I
'cause I'm
have a little omega.
4'11", it
Yeah, I have a little omega in me. I have a little omega that's inside of me.
like I've been patted on the head a lot. I think, because of how short I am, and it rankles me. So maybe if I was like a normal size, it wouldn't bother me. Do you know what I mean?
Um, okay, Sarah from Afternoon asks, I love this because I think about this all the time. Noble idiocy.
Ugh, I know,
If
right?
my husband did something self-sacrificial to save my life in real life, I'd be like, talk to me first. We can work out a solution. But in dramas, especially fantasy ones, I'm like, yes, pretend you suddenly don't love me anymore and reject me coldly just to save my life, nobly sacrificing yourself. This is the most romantic thing ever. 100%. Like a good noble idiocy. Like we will always say, not going to Argon. Like that is not a good noble idiocy. But
Well, some
some.
people do like Argan. We are gonna just give a shout out to the Argan lovers.
We
Okay,
do.
I'm sorry. I don't choose Argon as a noble idiocy that I enjoy. I'm not yucking at other people's yums. I take that back. Um, but yeah, noble idiocy in K-drama. I mean, and it happens. It happens in almost everyone where there is some sort of third act breakup. You know, unless there are outside forces pulling the couple apart, it's usually noble idiocy. And when it's done well, I love it. Like when it's when it feels, I don't know, when it feels like you believe that the character who makes that choice thinks they have no other option to save the person. I love it.
I like this one by Carlene because I 100% agree, but she says a guy who smokes. Like it looks really cool
Yep.
in a drama or a movie, but like in real life, I don't want that. And it's so true. So Kin Porsche is probably one of my favorite where they make smoking look so freaking cool. And I'm writing the hero I'm writing right now. Well, actually, both of the heroes they both smoke. I've really never done that before,
I've
but it like
never
fits
written
their
a smoking
yeah.
character.
It fits their character because
Yeah.
they're a little morally black, and not that you have to be morally black to smoke, but I just mean like they don't care about their lungs. All right, they're probably gonna die another way before anything happens to their lungs. So, yeah, I'm sort of like enjoying that because it's really fun. This is what I'm enjoying. It's fun to play around with like when they smoke, how they like exhale the sm- the smoke, like that kind of thing. Do they blow smoke
Yeah.
rings? Like it's been actually a fun like writing habit to employ, but like in real life, I'd be like absolutely not.
I think no, I hate smoking in real life, but I don't know why it looks sexy. Like even like there's that older like photo shoot that Gong Yu did, like where he's smoking, and I'm like, "Wow, that's fucking hot. Like why? Because in real, no, I don't want to. Like I think Caroline said, like I don't want to kiss an ashtray. Like absolutely not.
And I love watching smoking.
Yeah,
I
me
love
too.
it.
Yeah, that's what we're saying. Like it's like
Kin
No,
Porsche
I know,
was
I know. I'm just
so
saying.
good.
Yeah.
I didn't weigh in yet to give my 2
Okay.
cents. and I have a strong, enthusiastic smoking in fiction,
Yeah.
which is yeah,
Yeah, it's true.
like, from me being in high school where we still had, like, smoking sections in restaurants, and I was a smoker, like, when I was young, like a high school baddie, and so I would, like, be, like, in the back of the diners, like, smoking cigarettes and stuff. I can remember smoking on planes when I was little, like, really little, and it's just wild that,
Yeah.
like, now there's just not like, if I'm on the street and I smell smoking, like, cigarettes, I'm like, "What the fuck?" Like,
Yeah.
"What do you mean? Why? What?" It's crazy.
No, I remember this is when I studied abroad my junior year in college, and I came home. So it was when I was coming home after the year was over, and I flew home on British Airways, and I was the last row of non-smoking.
Uh,
And that there's no non-smoking and smoking
yeah, that's
section on an
crazy.
airplane.
Yeah.
If you are in an airplane where people are smoking, the whole thing is the fucking smoking
Yeah.
section. Like, what was that?
I don't know, that's funny.
No idea. And can you imagine just smoking like that for the whole and I mean, like, how ashtrays used to exist, like, I would go into, like, my auntie like, some of my, like, great aunts and uncles or, like, aunts and uncles' homes, and there were always, like, big crystally ashtrays out, like,
Yep.
ashtrays were, like, a thing
Ashtrays
everywhere,
were everywhere.
and it's just gone, like, and it went away so fast, like, it wasn't like it feels like it just, like, I blinked I feel like I went to Australia, honestly, and, like, when I came back 4 years later, smoking didn't exist anymore.
It is wild.
But in a K-drama when I watched the Hegem music video and August D's got his little
Yep.
smoker out, I'm like a puppy in the window.
I love it. I really like this one by Charlotte because it made me laugh. She said, "A man who wears a snake as a bracelet." So if anyone watched Revenge Love, yeah, in Revenge Love, he just walks around with a snake on his wrist. It's basically like a bracelet, a real life snake, because it's his pet, and it's an insane thing. And in the show, it's kind of cool because he just like always has this snake on his wrist. But in real life, I would be like, put the fucking snake away. What are you doing?
Snake.
To that to say, not a snake, but if somebody had a semi-basement layer with a trapped hedgehog in a cage in real life, I'd be like, that doesn't feel very good. Like this doesn't, and they shock people's genitals with electric cables. I would say
Literally anything.
none of that feels good to me.
Nothing in Kin Porsches. Everything
But
in Kin Porsches.
I see that in Camp Porsche, and I'm like, get me to the body shop. Let the hedgehog watch me be shocked. Put a jumper cable on me.
Okay, this is a funny one that Beth has. Dealing with being upset by squatting and crying in public places.
Squatting and crying.
I've never seen this in real life. Such like the squatting down like wherever you are and just crying. And
Yeah.
it doesn't faze me when I see it in a drama. But like if you saw somebody doing that like in real life, I would be like, somebody needs to get this person some help.
Right. Yeah.
And not just like call someone.
Yeah.
Something's not right.
Okay, I just saw this now. I like that Heather CK agrees with me. She said BLs love the head pat, and I hate
Mhm.
it. I can barely tolerate it in dramas. I mean, barely, but in real life, save the head pats for the cats and dogs. See, I agree. But
BLs love a head pat.
BLs love a head pat. Yeah.
It does feel infantilizing.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, should we pick one more?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay. I just saw the snake as bracelet.
Okay, I don't hate this one by Monica. She just said an ick in an ick in real life, but is great in K-dramas is millionaires and billionaires.
This is true. This is very I reflect on that all the time.
I like
rate
it.
a lot
For
of
real.
For real.
millionaires. Yeah.
That's a good one. It's a good one, Monica. All right. But that was fun. I like doing that one. And I bet we could do like another episode of this. Like we could probably do another one. We have more icks.
Froze?
Yeah, once you get going, they really start to just come out.
Yeah. But yeah, so we want to know your icks, like what you tolerate in K-dramas, but you wouldn't tolerate in real life. And thank you so much to the Patreon for contributing a lot of your thoughts because Some of
They're
them,
funny.
yeah, some of them are better than ours for sure.
All right, well, we finally did it. We got to the icks.
We did.
And now we
We
can get past
that,
the
that
icks.
episode was on the back burner for like 3 weeks. We just kept
It
like
was.
popping new ones. Yeah.
I know. That was fun. Leah, next time we record, will you have seen your first BTS concert? How many BTS concerts will you have seen?
3 BTS concerts.
Oh my
Before next
gosh.
Wednesday?
Yes.
Oh, that's amazing. It's
Very
amazing.
excited for you.
Yeah, me too.
I will see you in less than 2 weeks in Vegas.
I'm going to see you for 2 more BTS. I'm going to see 5 BTS concerts in the next 2 weeks.
Oh, that's so cool.
Whew.
All right. Can't wait to hear all about it next time we meet. So anyway, thanks for listening, and we will talk to you next time. 안녕.
안녕.
감사합니다. Thank you for listening to Afternoon of Delight. Where can you find us outside the pod? Head on over to afternoonadelight.com. That's AFTERNOONADELIGHT.com. You'll find links to all our social media, our book recs, K-pop and K-skincare recs, and if you want even more Afternoon of Delight, because really who doesn't, you can join our Patreon, where you can choose the patron level that's right for you. Join in daily K-drama conversations, listen to bonus podcast episodes just for patrons, and participate in our monthly live K-drama support group via Zoom. We can't wait for you to be a part of the community. Until next time, annyeong!